This video walks you through how to make a tulips and peonies arrangement card. The card is made extra special with lots of glitter, and this also makes it a lot of fun to make. So let's start with Design Space. Open up Design Space and select the hamburger menu, then select Canvas. Go down to Upload image, and after you had downloaded it from the website, it should be in your downloads folder. So just select it, hit open, select upload, and then select it in your recent uploads and add to Canvas. So once you have it all here, I'm going to ungroup it by right-clicking on it in the Layers panel, and then I'm going to select just the line in between and the bottom base and attach those two. Then you just select that line and go to Operations and Score. Then select Make It. And you're ready to continue and follow Cricut's instructions with your machine. So moving on to assembling. I have all the pieces here, and this piece I've already glittered using different colors of fine glitter, but you could also just use a glitter cardstock. I'm going to work on glittering the tulips so there's time to dry. And I just am making a pile of white glue and then putting the fine glitter directly on top of that. Then I mix it together. And then I take my tulip flower, and I'm using this to make it look kind of like different petals. So I'm not covering the entire flower, just making little designs on them. And then the last one. So I'm going to set this aside to dry, just smoothing it out. Next, I'm going to work on gluing together the peonies. So I'm just using a glue stick and roughly putting them together. I'm not worrying too much about how it lays or if it's exactly like the SVG design looked, but just placing them down however looks good to my eye then. Next, I'm going to fold my base just along the score line. And I'm going to start arranging the design on top. So I'm going to glue down the decorative piece that goes over top the vase. And my idea for this vase was to be kind of like a copper vase. So those are the colors I kind of chose. And then I'm just firmly pressing it down with my fingers and placing it approximately where I will have it in the center of my card. Then I'm going to move on to placing the plants and the flowers approximately where I will glue them down. So I just kind of want to eyeball these and get an idea of how they'll be arranged. Then after that, I am putting adhesive on the backs. You could use a double-sided adhesive as I'm doing, or you could also just use the white glue again. I just like to use up scraps of the double-sided adhesive. And then you can also and I will do this as well, use foam tape where you'd like to add some dimension. So I'm just gluing these down and continuing to place the vase over top just so I can see how it's going to all sit. So I'm putting down the tulips, the base of the tulips. And pressing down with my finger. I wanted this arrangement to be a really full and fun arrangement, so don't worry about this being perfect. You just want it to be this like blooming, full, vibrant arrangement. So that's the goal for it. Then I'm using some foam tape for the flowers. And placing the peony head down. So continuing on with adding peonies in. And then I'm using foam tape to put the vase down. I'm doing the foam tape in the very center where it would appear to be the largest, and then I'm doing double-sided adhesive at the base, so it kind of creates a shape to the vase. And then just flip it over and place it down. And making sure some of these stems stay in and go underneath the tape. And press it firmly down. And then I'm going to use some foam tape to place this other peony in the center over top of the vase, kind of like it's hanging over. And then moving on, I'm going to add foam tape to the top of the tulip stems. And just place them down. And I decided I wanted a different flower on this stem. I'm just going to zoom through this. And for this other one, because it's kind of resting over this peony head that's already on foam tape, I'm just going to use a dab of white glue to adhere this flower. And there you have your completed card. So I hope you enjoy making this, and if you do, I'd love to see it. So you can send me an email or you can share on Instagram and tag Gilded Stork.